When is Jasprit Bumrah going to make his comeback? That has been the one question that a lot of Indian cricket fans have been asking ever since arguably September of 2022, when he ended up picking up that rather unfortunate stress fracture in his back that has now seen him undergo surgery and also months of rehab to get back into fully match fit condition. Now, obviously, having Bumrah in the Indian bowling lineup adds a different dimension, a different, let's say, bite to the Indian attack, because he's a world-class operator, a very unique bowler, and someone who's also alarmingly consistent when it comes to match performances. So there has been a lot of talk, a lot of speculation, and in fact, a lot of fingers and toes crossed at the fact that Bumrah would get fit soon enough, and it does seem like all the signs now are pointing towards that. In fact, recently he took yet another step towards actually making a comeback to cricket, and it was a pretty good one that went down in the National Cricket Academy, where of course he's currently taking part or undergoing rehab and now working his way back to full fitness. This is actually what had happened. He's taking part in a practice match, and what we're going to do in this video is talk about how that practice match went and also what it is that the expected timeline of his return will be. Now, first off, it's worth noting that he played in an intra-squad match in Alur, which is of course a cricket stadium that is pretty close to the National Cricket Academy in Bangalore. He was part of the match where he was bowling to young batsmen from Mumbai. Now, obviously, considering the fact that he hasn't played competitive cricket in months, the whole point of getting him through this process was to ensure that he starts playing in match-like situations soon, because he had been bowling properly in the nets, and this is in fact the first time that he's been in any kind of proper match situation in 10 odd months. So that is of course massively good news if you're a Jasprit Bumrah, an Indian cricket team fan, because well, you want him playing in match-like situations before he can make his comeback in a proper match. But I hear you asking, how exactly did that match go down? How much did he bowl? Those are the interesting questions that we'll be addressing now, because well, he ended up bowling a full 10 overs in 2 spells of 5 overs each. So it was actually basically akin to him bowling how he would in a one-day match. He's bowled 10 overs, 2 spells of 5 overs each, and his figures actually make for pretty good reading. He bowled 10 overs, 2 of them were maidens, only gave away 34 runs, and also ended up scalping the 1 wicket. So that is pretty good overall when it comes to, let's say, how good or bad a comeback match would be, because again, you'd remember that he's not been part of any kind of competitive fixture for over 10 months at this point, and any kind of return to proper bowling is always welcome, especially if you can get figures like that. And of course, there's the caveat that he's bowling the younger players and he wouldn't be at full tilt, but it is the first step in a number of steps that would be required for him to get fully reintegrated into the Indian cricket team, and it's safe to say that it went down very, very well. So what do we know now about when his return is expected? Well, these practice games that he's playing are in fact a part of his entire recovery process. You'd remember that recently the BCCI ended up putting out a release wherein they talked about the progress of not just Bumrah but also the likes of Prasidh Krishna, Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul. And Prasidh Krishna also, by the way, in this match was bowling and he recorded similarly impressive figures, and the BCCI has in fact stated that they're pleased with the kind of progress that Jasprit Bumrah is making. And due to that, we've gotten multiple reports, which we ourselves have reported as well on Sports Today, is that he's likely to be back for the Ireland T20I series. You remember that the Ireland T20I series takes place after the West Indies T20I series, and Bumrah will be expected to lead the team for that 3-match T20I series that will be taking place in Ireland. So it does seem like Bumrah's return to competitive cricket, which actually, if you remember, happened in September itself last year, because he had missed, matches prior to that. He made a comeback in September for that T20I series against Australia. Unfortunately, ended up getting injured after the second T20I and thus ruled out of not just the T20 World Cup, but also pretty much any competitive cricket thereafter. It's been a long time on the sidelines for him, but considering how well he was bowling in that practice match, and it does seem likely that he will be making his return soon, a return that couldn't come soon enough if you're an Indian cricket fan, because again, having a fully fit Bumrah in your bowling lineup just adds a different dimension to the bowling, and it would in fact improve India's chances of doing well in both the Asia Cup as well as the World Cup significantly. What are your thoughts on Bumrah's latest fitness update and the fact that he's nearing closer to a full-time return? You can let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the Sportstek app, and if you're already here, go ahead and check out some other videos that we've done. But for now, from my side, it's goodbye.